So we've been using some different ADJ lights for uplighting this spring and doing a variety of events between some youth rallies, some proms, some weddings and things. And I've got a couple of pictures of some of the lights that we have used at these events, and I wanted to kind of run through those and kind of compare and contrast really the colors that you're getting from these fixtures from ADJ. The lights we're going to be looking at is the ADJ 5P HEX Pearl, the Dotz TPar system, and the WiFLY bar RGBA. Now in our first picture, this was at a youth rally, and we're using the 5P HEX Pearls. We had a few on each side of the room. It was in an auditorium. And we wanted these lights to basically give us enough light so we wouldn't have to have any of the ceiling lights on, so we could have lights on the stage, and of course the uplights to give enough refraction off the ceiling so that the kids could walk around safely with the auditorium lights all the way down. They wanted orange for this event, and as you can see, it kind of gave a room fill-in color where people were able to see to move around, but yet it wasn't bright enough where people were watching each other, which they don't want at a youth rally. They want them watching the people up on stage, who are up there performing or sharing the message. In this particular case, they want orange. The next picture, we were at a prom, and at the prom they wanted to have amber. And this is the 5P HEX Pearl, one more time, from ADJ. Very nice light, by the way. This little guy was now set for showing amber. So, of course, it's got the RGBAW. There's amber right there, and then white, and it has UV. We were using the amber in this particular case. We had many of these spread around the sides of the room, and we had a couple of them were up on totems so that they could help to kind of fill the area for when they were having dinner so kids could see what they were eating, but yet didn't have to have the gymnasium lights on. Now, behind my DJ booth at this event, I had the WiFLY bar RGBA. In this particular case, I wanted it to be amber also, so I just went to that LED and selected the fourth color amber and made sure it was on 100%. You'll notice, though, that the amber here is looking a little more orange than the 5P when it was set up for amber, which looks a little bit more kind of yellowish or gold. There is a difference between the two colors, and that was definitely noticeable in this situation. In this picture, you're seeing the Dotz TPar system front and center. Then on the right, you're seeing the WiFLY bar RGBAs, which are looking kind of orangish. And on the left, you're seeing the 5P hexes, those are the pearls, that are shining amber. Now, the picture really won't show it as well as I was hoping for the one part of it, but you can definitely see that there's a difference between the amber color on the WiFLY bar RGBA and the 5P HEX fixture. You can also tell, but not as well as seeing it in person, that the TPar, the Dotz TPar system, and those 5P hexes, I almost had those colors completely matching. From a little bit of a distance, you could see that I actually had the Dotz TPar system and those 5P hexes almost matched perfectly. Whereas, of course, the RGBA fixture, the WiFLY bar in the back, I didn't spend much time to get those set up. I just really brought those in at the last minute as kind of a last-minute test. They're battery operated, they're from the go, so I was able to set those down, turn those on, went to the amber color, and left them sit. In most configurations where maybe I'd have more of a distance separating those colors, it may not be as obvious. But in this particular case, you could definitely see with the amber lights that are going on against the back wall and then the side lights where the amber from the 5P hexes is going on. There's definitely a difference in the two ambers. Overall, I must say the new 5P HEX Pearl from ADJ is a great uplight. In my particular case, I chose those over some of the battery operated, some of the Go series lights, mainly because I don't do that much uplighting in the course of a year. So getting something a little bit less expensive was appealing. And also the idea that I don't want to have to worry about batteries sitting in cases that need to be charged or recharged every once in a while, or if a battery happens to spring a leak or something, any number of things that could happen. I do uplighting only a few times a year, so now I'll be packing these up and probably won't touch these again until August. So I wanted to have something that I could basically set up. It might take a little more time, but when I'm done, I can pack them up, put them in a box, and I can kind of forget about them for a few months if I need to. If you'd like more information on these lights, we'll put links in the description below so you can check out all of the ADJ lights that we used in this video. This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News.